Hey, welcome to the Slightly Warped Podcast. I'm Rick, joined as always by Big Show. What's up, Show?
What up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Um, Mother Nature's doing her thing. I don't know how it is
She
down there where you
is.
at, but it's a little cooler today. A little rainier, a little cooler. So I give up. I just give up.
Yeah, we're going through a storm today. It was pretty bad.
Mm. Well, hopefully it'll be over quick for y'all
No,
too.
it's been going all day. We had a tornado touchdown around Arrowhead today. Um, I know about 1:30. Uh, they sent us to uh, what they call it in place. What is it?
Shelter in place.
Yeah, that word, shelter in place.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell the old tornado at Arrowhead joke. The world
no,
is
I mean,
waiting for it.
I wasn't going to say anything. But our buddy Kevin sent us a text that says, "Crazy how a tornado can get a touchdown before the Raiders."
I mean, that's a perfect segue into how I'm feeling when it comes to sports right now. And I did a self portrait on my camera earlier today, and I'm going to share that with you. This is me waiting for the Raiders to win another Super Bowl. So that's how I'm feeling. That right there. Um, but seriously, though, they'll get it together. And Pete, we trust. We got to because we got no choice and we got no more money for any other coaches. But football's neither here nor there. I will say one more thing about football. Yesterday, I was impressed with the Madden cover. Today, I'm not impressed because I actually thought that they actually used the game footage of the Eagles running back Saquon Barkley with that backwards leap, only to find out that no, they did that in a studio for various legal
they
reasons,
all
of course.
they always do that. So like whenever you see a player throwing or whatever, it's all done in the studio.
I did not know that until today.
Yeah,
It
they
broke
just
my heart.
recreated it, which is still cool. It's still a cool
Yeah,
picture
it's still a cool picture, but it loses just a little bit
because
knowing
I
it's
could I
different.
couldn't jump off. I mean, I couldn't jump over a guy like that. So
Well, I mean, he was harnessed up on this one, so he didn't have to do too much work this time either. Not
well,
that
they
he
wanted to
couldn't.
make sure they
Yeah,
wanted to
they
make
want to make
sure
sure he
he
don't
hung
get
in the
hurt.
air for the picture.
Yeah, which is cool. But I mean, I haven't uh I haven't played Madden in several years anyway, so it's not like I was gonna go out and get it. Video games are high. I'm getting older. Adulting is not fun, but there are things that I got to do that take precedence over that.
That's still the one game that I buy every year is Madden. I
I
can't I can't stop. And they just came out with after it's been gone for 10 years last year college football. So I bought it too. So so
when
it was like reliving my childhood.
did the PS4 come out?
PS4, ah shit, probably 15, 20 years ago.
I think it's been that long because we're only on the five. But
Yeah,
that was the
five's
last.
been out for at least 8 years.
Well, that's the last time I actually bought a Madden game was when the PS4 was out. So it's been a minute. So yeah, but it's all good. I don't have time anyway. Anyway,
I make time
um,
or I kill people. It's one of the two. You either let me play football or I'm gonna go out and commit a homicide. This is how life is.
well, I tell you what, if I pick up another one, I'll get with you and we'll play online.
Sounds good.
All right. I want
I
to
got
get to a
Raiders.
couple. That's our show, folks. We'll see you again next week. Oh, they're breaking my heart all around, kids. All right. I want to get to some stuff right here in the news. I'm gonna just read some things to you. Nothing
Oh, we don't.
major. I'm not gonna get political today. I'm just want to talk
Oh
about
man.
a few choice things and or non-choice things. So let me pull up the first one because my old ass wasn't ready. Jenny. Oh, that's why we don't want that. This is what happens when you have way too many things on your toolbar. You pick the wrong thing and then it won't go away. Just go away. There we go.
Mhm.
There, we'll be editing this out. All right. I'm going to start off with the movies. Have you seen any good movies lately?
Last movie I seen was a couple weeks ago. Went to see Sinners.
That's the first one I was going to ask you about because I have not seen it yet. It is joining the streaming ranks. And I'm gonna watch it here pretty soon. And I wanted to get your take on it.
Um, Sinners was it's a complex movie. And it really depends on how you look at it. It's very entertaining, very well put together. Um, but there's a lot of deep undertones with the storyline of the
Mm.
vampires and the Michael B. Jordan. He plays two characters, Smoke and Stack, which are twin brothers. And basically they come back. I can't remember if they're in Mississippi is where it takes place, somewhere down south.
Okay.
And it's obviously height of, I want to say it's right after World War I ish, maybe. So racism is still pretty high. It's the land is invaded by Ku Klux Klan, and the vampires are pretty much dropped in the storyline as an afterthought, but it has a whole lot of underlying tones when it comes to how the and I mean let's just call it the white culture stole the black culture in music and things of that nature. What happens when you sell yourself to the devil to become a big star, so forth and so on. But it's very well put together. A lot of cool one-liners. Definitely, I'd say if it was on a 5-star scale, I'd give it a solid 4.5.
All right. All right. Cool. Cool. I like that. Now I'm going to throw out three movies. One is
Okay.
out. No, excuse me. I'm going to throw out four movies. Two are out and two are coming up. And I just want to know if you're going to see them or not.
Okay.
Uh, First ones have been out already. Thunderbolts,
Haven't seen it yet. Want to, just haven't really, put the time in to go see it.
Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, unless they make a boatload of money and decide to have another reckoning.
That will probably go on my to watch list, but I have to watch all the other ones. I've only seen the first two or three of them. So I would have to watch them all, and I know they're all on like Paramount Plus or some crap like that. I
They
just
are.
haven't got to yet.
I have them
So I
all
would
on
watch all those and
Blu-ray.
then
They're
watch the
great.
last one. Um, but the ones that I've seen were pretty decent. But yeah, that's on my to do list, but it won't be at the theater.
Okay. Now, coming up, at the beginning of July, Superman.
I mean, yes, I want to see it. I mean, yes, I want to see it. Um, I don't know if I'll go to the theater. I mean, that's kind of 50-50 for me. Um, there's just so many times you can reboot the character. And as soon as DC does something great, they do something stupid to screw up the whole universe. So, um, I don't know. I don't know yet.
I'm in the same ballpark as you. The saving grace is it's a James Gunn movie, and I like what he did with the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So I'm gonna give it a
Yeah,
shot.
but like even let's go. Who did the Black Adam? Who directed Black Adam?
I'm not sure who directed that.
Right, but whoever did it did a phenomenal job, and the DC just blew everything up. So to me, it doesn't matter who does the movie, it's the overall universe. So, like,
Yeah,
even the Flash movie that came out, have you seen the Flash, the one that came out in the theaters?
I did. Yeah,
It was a decent movie. It was a decent movie, and the way they connected or opened the door with the
the multiverse.
multiverse,
Yeah,
which is
it,
kind of Flash's whole thing. Um, if anybody's a Flash character, he basically jumps from timeline to timeline. That's why he gets in so much trouble. But the fact that they connected or kind of sort of connected dots to the other characters that we've seen throughout the years, if DC continues to follow that train of thought, then yes, I'll be all in. So, like, if this Superman that they're coming out with is somehow, connected, and the Henry Cavill Superman is somehow connected, although we won't see any more of him
yeah.
as Superman, but there's somehow how they connect the dots somehow, kind of like how Marvel's been doing. And basically, DC should just copy and paste, and it'd make a shit ton of money.
That is also true. Speaking of Marvel, the final movie on this list, Fantastic Four, at the end of July.
I'm definitely will probably go to the theater to see that one. I like the whole '60s version of them, the way they looked in the original comic books, the way the Thing looks. I'm really now the one thing that get thrown. I'm not too keen on Jennifer Garner being Silver Surfer. I don't know why they have to change
Is that
the.
who it is?
I don't know if
Wow.
I'm happy with that. However, can I overlook the fact that she's a female versus a guy? Yes, but it'd be like saying Wonder Woman and casting, Clint Eastwood as Wonder Woman. I'm just
Well,
saying.
to be fair though, in the comic books there are several Silver Surfers, and one of them is the woman. So,
I know,
um,
which is how Marvel's connecting the timelines. I get it, but I think sometimes they do too much to be politically
I agree.
correct.
I agree.
But yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really the fact you see Galactus's shadow in the background. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for that one.
You and me both. I can't wait for all these movies. I will probably only um maybe two of the four will be in theaters. I mean, I'll eventually see them all in the comfort of my own living room. One of the things about me is I've got 7 speaker surround sound, big screen. I mean, I've got everything that would be in a theater, except for people walking in front of my screen while I'm trying to watch the
Right?
movie. So I'm not as apt these days to go all the way out to see something. I pick and choose,
A- and you can pause the movie and go tinkle if you have to.
right? Not miss anything.
I've been
And
asking the theater to hit a pause button for a while. They just won't give it to me.
they won't do it to you. It's all
No.
good. It happens. It happens. All
Hmm.
right. I want to jump to TV real quick as I segue out of
Okay.
entertainment. And do you remember that movie Kill Bill? I guess it had two movies, part one and part two.
Yes, I seen they were coming out with a TV series.
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up. Do we really need an entire TV series based on that?
Yeah, why not?
How do you stretch that out over 10 seasons,
Well,
not
you
10 seasons, 10 episodes?
not the same way you did every other Marvel character series that came out. You basically show the chick's origin story, how she became one of the Vipers, and then why she double crossed Bill, and then obviously her descent into getting revenge.
I don't know. I mean, um, if I think about volume one, there was a lot of kung fu and karate going on in there. You could have some epic fights if you stretch them out over the course of several episodes. So I would like that. If they go in the direction of part two, which was more of a western, they're gonna have to do some things to. make each episode interesting.
Well, I would say this: don't judge the series by the movies because that's just Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino is a different kind of cat, and he likes some spaghetti westerns
Mhm.
type of movies. So yeah, and it was spaghetti western slash old time kung fu type. Part two was. I mean, but you could basically, depending on how well the season goes. I mean, I could see because you had Vivica Fox was the first one she killed, right? And then
Yeah,
you had
Daryl
what's the
Hannah.
blonde? Daryl Hannah. You had the dude, and then you had the Asian chick, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Lucy Liu,
Lucy Liu.
and
Hmm.
then Bill. Those were the five that she killed, right?
Right.
Isn't there one more assassin, or was she the fourth assassin?
I think she
Was
was the
Uma
fourth
Thurman
assassin.
basically the fourth assassin? So I mean, depending on how well it goes, you could do the first season on the relationship between Uma and Vivica Fox's character, and then the culmination of how she killed her. I mean, depending on how well the seasons put together, you could actually rip this out 3 or 4 seasons, building off the characters, and because they were all close at one time. Show how good Uma's character was with assassinating and how she got trained and blah 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 blah. I mean, there's a lot of good avenues. I'll probably check it out.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about
The potential is definitely there.
there's potential. Let's talk about furthering our human potential.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, these three are gonna like make you say, "What?" All right. Developed by Japanese scientists, groundbreaking new drug that targets a protein that naturally inhibits tooth growth. It's been done in animal studies right now. It triggered the development of entirely new teeth, even in species that had long stopped producing them. Now, in 2024, the treatment is set for its first human trials, focusing on patients missing at least one molar. If the results hold, it could transform dentistry as we know it, offering a way to regenerate real teeth instead of relying on implants and dentures. Bro,
Interesting.
we are one step away from the zombie apocalypse, and I'll get to that in a minute. But what do you think about that? Growing some teeth.
I think that's interesting. Um, I say that's a pretty cool thing.
Now, here's the thing, and this is why I bring up the zombie apocalypse thing. Second part of this, there is a drug that they are working on, and it's a research from South Korea. They've developed a drug that regenerates retinal nerves to restore vision. So we've gone from teeth to eyes now. And this is something
Okay.
that thought was impossible for mammals. But by targeting the protein called PROX1, which blocks retinal cell regeneration, excuse me, the treatment reversed vision loss in disease model mice and maintained the effect for over 6 months. And this marks the first time scientists have successfully achieved long term nerve regeneration in mammal retinas. And by 2028, they plan on starting clinical trials. So, in as little as 3 more years, they are going to plan on using this in people. This year, teeth. A couple years later, you can have eyesight. I know what you're thinking.
Is
Same
it
thing as
is
you.
it is it like if you starting to lose your vision, or like someone like Stevie Wonder could get an operation and be able to see again?
It doesn't say, but it does say retinal. So it would have to be something that has something to do with the retina portion of your eye. So if it's
That's
something
interesting.
else, that probably may not work. But it's a breakthrough. I'll give them that. But the reason why, and I'm not joking when I say the zombie apocalypse is upon us. Think about this: when you're dealing with nerve regeneration, you're dealing with dead, decayed flesh or tissue. Hey, let's bring it back. Okay, what happens when Another
Not
part of the body is affected
necessarily.
by it. Let's
Not necessarily, because you said dead decaying. So those nerves in the retina are not dead or decaying because you're still alive. If it was
ah
dead and decaying, your body would be dead and decaying. The,
let
that
me get
that
let me
bacteria that grows in there would take over
let
if
me
that
roll
was the
out the
case in
third
those
let me
systems.
roll out the third trial here.
Okay.
A breakthrough that could change medicine as we know it. Scientists develop biomaterial capable of regenerating damaged cartilage in joints, offering hopes to millions. In
Okay.
a stunning leap forward, scientists have used, excuse me, it's called CRISPR slash Cas9. It's a gene editing to delete the HIV virus from human T cells.
Sweet.
Unlike treatment that only suppresses the virus, this approach completely removes the HIV genetic code from the immune system. Now, I like
Okay.
this because people with that disease, you get the shot or whatever, it's gone. Okay, I get that. I don't like the way they call it T cells because then you go the T virus and
Yeah.
it's scary.
For none of that to me screams zombie apocalypse because they're not they're there. It doesn't say this is fixing dead and decaying nerves. It says damaged. So whether you tore your tendon or something in a football accident, and instead of getting a ligament from a cadaver, we can do this surgery, and it promotes growth for your own body to rebuild this whatever tissue that is damaged. That's a big difference between regenerating from dead or decaying tissue or tendons or nerves, in my opinion.
I can see it. It's just damn scary because, we are one step away from, hey, let's cut this person and see if the cut instantly heals. I mean, we're not really that close to it, but
That'd be
putting
awesome.
my own
I'll
scientific spin on
volunteer. I'll be Weapon X.
it. But see, the thing here's where I'm going with that, and I'll get out of this in a second. When you're able to start regenerating like that, I see the good side in it. People will live longer, but I also see the bad in it. And no, I'm not just talking about the zombie apocalypse. Oh my God, he died, but then got back up. I'm talking more like overpopulation at that point. If people are living to 150, but we're not having less children, then you could have overpopulated parts of the world, and that
Yeah.
could pose a
I mean, we
problem when it
already
comes to
have
food and things like that.
overpopulated. We already
Yeah,
have that problem. But our own bodies automatically regenerate tissue. To
yeah.
get help. That's why our fingernails grow. That's why our hair grows. There's all sorts of things. You shave, shut up. Uh, uh, there's all sorts of things that now, internally, maybe not to the same case, but catch me when they say, if you lose a kidney, all of a sudden you're going to grow a new kidney. I mean, that would be, phenomenal. But
Well, it starts with
um
the tooth.
true. I mean, but your teeth grow anyway, so why not continue to grow them again? Like if you lose it, why can't you take something to help you that your body already produced? It's not like it's a new thing.
I mean,
It's
you're
like they're
not
giving
wrong.
it a special boost to make it happen, or like kick re kickstart the growth process. I don't know. Very interesting. I mean, obviously, whenever it becomes available to the public, you and I will both be dead. But because it's going to take a
Speak for
long time to.
yourself. I'm going to be one of the 150s.
Yeah, not me. I do not want to be alive at 150 years old. Just saying.
Prop me up and call me Bernie.
Yeah, I do not want to be around. And the way this world is going, I definitely don't want to be around that long.
It's true. Hey, now we're gonna get to some weirder stuff here. I mean, this isn't weird, but
Excellent.
as a parent, this made me think.
Hmm.
All right, a California high school track stars post-race celebration that paid homage to an Olympic gold medalist resulted in her disqualification and being stripped of her state championship. Uh, long story short, uh, this girl uh, in her in her race, in her heat of the race, she came in first by a lot, and her dad was out there celebrating with her when she came across the finish line, and he was holding a what do you call it, fire extinguisher, and she took the fire extinguisher and she pretended to use the extinguisher on her feet. That was the post race celebration, and it
The
says here,
infamous Maurice Green did that.
yes.
Maurice Green did that. I actually went to high school with Maurice Green, graduated the same year as him in Kansas City in 1993 from FL Schlegel High School. No, I went all the way through middle school with that cat, and yeah, he did that at one of the right after the Olympics or something. It was one of the summer races, and he took his shoes off
Mhm.
and sprayed them down with the fire extinguisher.
The California Interscholastic Federation officials who viewed Adams' actions as unsportsmanlike disqualified her and did not let her run for the championship. And she said she felt disappointed and robbed, and she was in shock. And her father, who is also her sprinting coach, is adamant that his daughter did nothing wrong. And when she celebrated, she wasn't near any of her competitors for that sprint. And by the way, it was the 400-meter sprint.
Okay,
All right. So here's my take
that's
on it.
crazy. That's
As a
crazy.
runner, I've seen so many worse celebrations in other sports. She wasn't pointing at anybody, laughing and saying, "You can't catch me, you can't beat me." She just took the extinguisher to her own feet.
Yeah, I disagree with their decision. I think it's perfectly fine. I mean, I guess in high school the showboating and things like that is frowned upon, but I mean, come on, don't be so
But why
stuck
do you
up.
why do you think that's frowned upon in high school?
Sportsmanship, they try to teach sportsmanship. It's no different that if your football player goes in the end zone and spikes the football and near a player or whatever, things that they see in the NFL, they try to emulate in high school, they will get flagged for as an unsportsmanlike conduct because they're trying to teach, fair play and respect and all that other bullshit. Where in professionalism, I'm getting paid to make you look bad, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So like
That's a good way to look at it.
when Tyreek Hill was running down the sideline and he's throwing up deuces to you, I'm getting paid to outrun you. In high school, they're really not, and so it's like don't want to make the other kid feel bad. And as so sensitive as these kids are nowadays, if I was one of the racers and I already was in a mental state and this happened and I lost, no shit, now I'm gonna go kill myself and it all stemmed to this, and I leave a note and there's a big problem. I just see why all of that happened. I don't agree with it, but I can see why they did what they did because it's probably frowned upon showboating.
I can see that. I mean,
I mean, but you and I grew up in an age where you didn't play a game without talking shit, trying to
yeah,
make the other guy look
right.
bad. So
I
it
just
doesn't make sense to us, but this newer, younger, more thin-skinned generation.
participation awards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Before we
Everybody
get
gets a Super Bowl ring. Finally, the Raiders and the Cowboys, they can say they have a ring.
Hey, we have rings. We have rings.
I
Don't
mean,
don't
in the
don't go
last
there.
30 years. I meant the last 30 years.
Okay. All right. Think my squad. Oh, they ain't hurt nobody. Okay.
They didn't,
Hmm.
or beat anybody.
Oh, Lord,
I digress. We're
Pete,
losing time. Let's.
Pete, if you're out there, give us a winning season because I'm getting killed here. I'm not asking for a Super Bowl. Just get me a playoff win.
I
Baby
think you'll get
steps.
one.
All right. One last story here. Um,
Okay.
the daughter of a redditor uh, started a downward spiral after learning her parents were getting divorced. Yada yada yada. We're not. This is this is one of those. Am I the asshole for cutting off my daughter completely when she turned 18? A
Okay.
and this is a 44-year-old male who has a daughter named Jess who just turned 18 and an ex-wife who's also 44. And Mary and I had a tumultuous relationship. I believe that she suffers from BPD, but she never made any effort to get treated despite this, that, or the other. After the divorce, Jess more or less became something of a problem child, which I totally understood. And it says here, I did everything in my power to create strict boundaries and reasonable rules within our house. But the second that she went back to her mother's house, Mary would let her do whatever she wanted to do. I paid child support during this period, which amounted to $800 a month. In the hell, I'll get to that in a minute. When Jess was 14, she got caught with drugs at school. On her way home, I explained to her that she should be thanking her lucky stars she wasn't expelled and that her punishment would involve no devices. Um, Yada yada. Anyway, he goes on to talk about all the things that he did. And in December, Jess turned 18, and I haven't spoken to her in a year, but he stopped his child support, which, by the way, child support in his state ended at 18. So he's wondering if he's the asshole for just leaving her high and dry. I know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to let you tell me what you think.
You know what? Being as an when you have adult children, I have three of them, and my daughter just turned 18. So let's just say I have four adult children. Um, One thing that I learned as a young man that the world is big enough for the both of us. You can either be in my world or you can be out of my world. Either way, I'm going to survive. So if the kid doesn't want to, because even as adults, my kids still need to follow a certain set of rules when they're in my house
Yeah.
or around me. I mean, like you can't just, pull out a crack pipe and start hitting the rock, when you're around me. Okay. I don't care if it's you think you can, that's not cool. Okay. So no, not necessarily is he the asshole.
I'm glad you said that because I do agree with you. And I come from a situation similar to that. Um, I was divorced from my first wife, and in the state of Missouri, it goes all the way to 21. I honored that, no problem, because I love my child and I'll do anything for him. But the moment came when he turned 21, I'm like, he's a man. He, literally, he's got his own place now. He's working. He's going to school. He don't need me for that anymore. Now, make no mistake about it. If something happened and he needed some financial help, yeah, I'm not going, just say, ha ha, goody goody, do it yourself. I'll be there for him best I can. But my legal obligation has ended. And
Right.
Lord, if I had, Michael was only half of that. If I had to pay $800 a month, I probably wouldn't be having a show with you right now because I probably wouldn't have survived. That's a lot of money. $800 a month. What the hell is a child gonna do for $800 a month? What? But I digress. That's just me.
I mean, it's only $200 a week.
Only. So I'm turning it over to you guys out here that are listening. I don't care if you email us or if you get on the podcast or the YouTube channel and leave a comment. Do you agree with us? Do you think that he's doing the right thing, or is this person the asshole? We don't think so. So let us know. These
I
slightly
think
woke
when it comes to
podcasts at
your adult,
yahoo.com.
when it comes to your adult children in that aspect, you're never the asshole. They may call you an asshole. They
Okay.
may feel that you're being an asshole. Doesn't make you an asshole because you're allowing them to be an adult. You know, most of the adult children, especially, and I can speak to this, they want my assistance, but they don't want my advice.
That's true.
You can't have one without the other. Life doesn't work that way. If you want my assistance, you better listen to how we don't get in this situation again. If you ain't trying to hear what I got to say, don't fucking pick up the phone and call me and ask for help.
You're
I know
not
that
wrong.
sounded like that. That sounded a little bit too personal. I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Hey, I'm a dad too, so I agree with you 100%. Fortunately, we've got children that not only are they grown, they are doing grown folks things. They're not out here making these mistakes that a lot of other kids, and I'm not judging anybody, I'm not calling anybody out, but we're one of the lucky ones, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right. Enough said. We're gonna get out of here, but we will be back with another one. As a matter of fact, uh, next week will be the first of 2 straight weeks of TCT's True Crime podcast. So be on the lookout for them. Show, take us on
Roger
out of here.
Dodger. Appreciate you guys checking in with us. Missed you last week. We'll see you again next week. Stay safe out there. Love each other. Hug the ones you love. Tell them that you love them. This is Men's Mental Health Awareness Week. Check on your boys. Love y'all. See you next week.
You guys take
I
care.
meant month, not week.
Month.